Have you ever wondered what Texas cattle ranchers actually do? Well, I loaded into Ranchbound expecting to find out what cattle drives, what kind of survival threats we might face, and maybe some Red Dead style tension. Droughts, predators, rival traders. Instead, I found something like a lean economic ranch management demo built around one simple idea: buy grass, grow cows, sell high, pay your debts off before the bank takes all your money and your land. And I'll be honest, at first glance it is a basic looking game, but once the systems start layering, the grass depletion, reproduction timing, train driven market shifts, debt pressures, I realised that this wasn't pretending to be a cinematic realism, it was trying to build an economic ranch loop. The question is, does it actually feel like you're running a ranch or just clicking cows on a spreadsheet? Let's review this properly using the SimShack 7-pillar review system. So realism is my ultimate benchmark, and here there are realistic ideas, like cows that need grass, too many cows destroy a pasture, and price changes based on demand. You can't magically sell from anywhere, you must move cattle physically to the sales point. That's all good. But that's kind of where the realism stops at the systems layer. There's no predators at the moment, no cattle illness, no weather pressures. Calves don't meaningly depend on their mothers, nor do they need fathers in order to be produced. Cowboys don't face any dangers that I've noticed, although there is a hint, maybe, of some gunslinging in the future. You don't need to manage water, you don't need to manage feed beyond grass. It's economically inspired realism, not environmentally or physically real. It's a solid base, but it's not deep enough to be a realistic sim. So a game with graphics this basic isn't exactly likely to have audio that was anything super. And that's true here. It was serviceable. There was some ambient ranch sounds, some hooves, some UI clicks, some light western tone thrown in here and there. Nothing offensive, nothing really memorable either. No real weight to the world, no tension, no music during price spikes, no dramatic cues when debt warnings came in, no environmental storytelling through sound. It did the job, but it didn't do anything to elevate the experience. Now, normally, in order to have immersion, you need to have at least some form of realism and some half-decent audio. But there was a bit of immersion in this game, which surprised me. Watching your cowboy physically herd cattle across the map instead of teleporting them, that helped. Seeing footprints on the trail, another nice little touch. The debt timer added a psychological pressure to things, and the train arrival events created anticipation. Negotiating with the tribe introduced some moral decisions, even if economically inefficient, and I may have got that wrong at some point. But immersion pretty much broke whenever I had to use the UI. It caused a bit of friction. It's bad UI design. There's far too many clicks to do something that you've done 15 times already. It ended up feeling a bit like a management system, not really living in the West. Still, for a demo, I thought it was respectable, and there were moments when trying to manage lots of cows and lots of grass fields before they ran out of grass. There was a sense of immersion, certainly. So, as always, if there's no realism, no decent audio and no immersion, there's still the opportunity for a game to save itself through the gameplay element. How much fun is it to play? And this is where Ranchbound kind of shines, because the realism loop works. Grass management forces timing decisions. Selling too early will hurt your growth. Selling too late risks overgrazing. Debt countdown adds urgency to things. And the price fluctuations reward your patience. When I hired a second cowboy, which was very late in the game, I'd already scaled my operations, and I timed it perfectly as a $19 per cow price spike landed in my lap and allowed me to clear my debt 10 days earlier than it was due. That felt pretty good. It had that one more cycle energy, and that's dangerous in a good way. It means the game is moreish. Long-term depth certainly isn't there yet, but the developers had actually clarified that there was more to come, and this was just a bit of a taster. Once the debt is cleared in the demo ends. There's no expansion threats, no new mechanics, no escalation. The foundation is strong, but it needs layers. So it's easy to point at a game like this with limited graphics and say, haha, whatever, not really important. But let's give some credit where credit is due. I was playing in 4K, 60 frames per second, no crashes, no major slowdowns, no serious bugs beyond, the minor UI quirks that I've already mentioned. For a demo build, this was solid and therefore it was impressive. This is how early access should run, and I am looking forward to seeing what they do with this game. So yeah, let's talk about the elephant in the room. The graphics, they're basic, they're functional, they're clean, they're easy to identify, they're stylized. I've got to say that the horse and the cowboy animation was rather good, much better indeed than the cows walking, which was a bit pants, to be honest. The UI does lack polish. Pastures are visually very simple. The buildings are minimal. Cowboys lack any animation beyond horse riding movement at the moment, although many hints to suggest that they'll do some wrangling and gunslinging in the future. I mean, it doesn't look bad for what it is, but it's not going to sell Wild West Frontier visually either. Take Red Dead Redemption, compare it to this, and, well, there's only going to be one winner. Right now, this looks like a strategy prototype, not a fully implemented world. Ranchbound is not a deep simulation, not yet at least. It's not a survival sim. It's barely a Western RPG. It's not a physical cattle drive simulator either. But it is an economic ranch management demo with a surprisingly addictive loop. If the developers can layer in all the environmental risks I've highlighted in this review, cattle health systems, a little bit more cowboy management and smoother UI flow, this could become something genuinely strong. Right now, it's promising, it's playable, it's addictive, but it's still very early access. I'm going to give it a rather promising 7 out of 10, although in my heart of hearts I feel it's more a 6 out of 10. I'm giving it the 7 out of 10 because I can see the potential, and based on the little hints that they've given me about what they're going to include, I think it's going to be a 7 out of 10. Technically it should be a 6, but I'm giving it a 7. Bite me.
In a world of pixels where dreams collide, Sim UK reviews the honest guide. From racing cars to flying high, ultimate realism, take your wings to the sky. We talk about the truth and keep it real. Fact-based reviews, it's all in the field. No hype, just clarity, we break it down. Realistic simulators, the talk of the town. Real talk, Sim UK, we're here to say we keep it smooth, never lead you astray. News and previews and interviews on site. Set up guides to take your game to new heights. Honesty is the best policy, they say. Always tell the truth in every way. Yeah. From the cockpit view to the racetrack lanes, we dive deep into the code, explore the veins. Ultimate simulations that make you feel alive. Realistic graphics, man, we help you thrive. Each guide is crafted with love and care. No false impressions, just a breath of fresh air. Whether you're a newbie or a seasoned pro, Sim UK reviews is the way to go. Real talk, Sim UK, we're here to say we keep it smooth, never lead you astray. News and previews to Tokyo's on site. Set up guides to take your game to new heights. Honesty is the best policy, they say. Always tell the truth in every way. Yeah, we're diving in, no shortcuts here. Honest updates, that's what you'll hear. Simulations that sparkle, realism that shines. With every review, you'll know what's divine. From the mechanics to the sound of the game, Sim UK's the name. Remember the fame, we won't steer you wrong. We keep it tight, sharing knowledge in the day and the night. Yeah. Got set up guides to make it a breeze, the reviews that unlock with the greatest of ease. Fact-based reviews taking the forefront, realistic simulation we always confront. The challenge is real, embrace what you find. Sim UK reviews just leaves you enlightened. No fluff, just facts, that's our creed. Bringing you the truth, that's how we lead. So come along with us, join the ride. Sim UK reviews, your truth by your side. With every honest word, you'll capture the thrill. Ultimate realism, the peak of the hill. From flying high to racing fast. Sim UK reviews, your knowledge will last. Together we can explore, uncover and learn. Realistic simulation, it's our turn.